Hey folks, Todd Tremonti here with Market Experts Realty and the Todd Tremonti Home Selling Team with another video in our series about relocating to or moving within the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. And today's video, number 12 in the series, is about Frisco, Texas. Now there is a lot to talk about when it comes to Frisco, Texas, but before we do that, I want you to know you ought to check out the other videos in this series. Now, if you're moving from out of the area, I would watch all of them because it gives you a good idea of the different personalities of the cities throughout the Metroplex, one of the largest areas in all of North America as far as population centers and cities, but it's really made up of a bunch of smaller cities, and we're trying to do our very best to give you information on most of those. So there are 11 previous videos. This is number 12. There are many more to come. So stay tuned. Obviously, if you're moving within the Metroplex, I would encourage you to check out the 2 or 3 videos in areas that you might be considering. Maybe it's just one, but it might surprise you that there's more to some of the areas than you know, even living in the area. And Frisco, Texas is so absolutely well known all of a sudden around the country because the Dallas Cowboys have moved their headquarters there. So in Frisco, the Cowboys practice in a facility that is now called the Star, but believe it or not, so do many of the Frisco high school football teams. They actually play their games in the Star where the Cowboys practice. I can't think of many other places in the country where high school kids get to play in the same place that NFL players in one of the most well-known NFL franchises, probably the most known sports franchise in the world, gets to play. Pretty exciting stuff. So lots of really cool information about Frisco. It's to the far north of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex on the Dallas side. It wasn't that long ago that some of the population projections for the Dallas side of things said that Frisco and areas just north of Frisco would potentially be our population center in the next decade or so. That is just a wild and crazy projection, to be honest with you. For a long, long time, Frisco was the absolute far north edge, and it is becoming more and more inner ring. Frisco is what a lot of people refer to as a bedroom community, where many people in Frisco do work south in the Dallas and Plano areas and drive and commute back out to Frisco because of so much of what Frisco has to offer. There's a tremendous amount of new and recently built construction throughout Frisco. Most of the 2000s, 2000 to 2010, Frisco was the fastest growing city in the United States. Literally probably 8 or 9 out of those 10 years, Frisco was the fastest growing city. And then again, several years throughout 2010 to 2019, which is where we are now. So Frisco is obviously an unbelievably rapidly growing city. Toyota brought an HQ campus there as well in the last several years, which obviously brought a huge influx of high-skilled labor and high-paying jobs. There's an area of Frisco that not that long ago was referred to as the $1 billion mile because in less than a mile, over $1 billion of commercial development was planned. Well, that more than tripled within a couple of years of that original announcement, and it has ceased to stop yet. There is still a tremendous amount of development on the west side, really kind of dead center of Frisco, actually, along the Dallas North Tollway. Frisco's home to minor league baseball, Dallas Stars hockey, and there's a tremendous amount of retail and shopping. As far as residential property, there's a fairly wide range of homes in Frisco, but what Frisco might lack that some other cities have is that entry point. There are some entry-level homes in Frisco, but not very many. The average price point in Frisco has swelled up at or above the $300,000 price point, and so many first-time home buyers have unfortunately felt priced out of the market. Like I said, there are exceptions. There's some definite opportunities to get into the market in Frisco for under 300, but widespread, most homes in Frisco are above 300 and certainly go well into the millions. Certainly once you get to the outskirts of town where there's some larger lots and really custom homes being built. But there are some gorgeous builder construction opportunities in the Frisco area, and there are some mature neighborhoods. Obviously, it's a younger city. It's been there for a long time, but most of that rapid growth has happened in the last 15 to 20 years or so. So it's a really exciting city. Frisco ISD has been a desirable school district for a long, long time. Due to that rapid growth, there has been some school zoning changes throughout Frisco. So you do need to do your research when moving to the area to make sure that maybe what you looked at 2 or 3 years ago is still true today. We've had some clients move into the area and actually have the school that they're zoned to change not long after moving in, and that's something that you do want to make sure you're working with a local expert to make sure that you can keep an eye out for those things. Other things to know about Frisco is, Frisco is bordered by other cities that are also unbelievably rapidly growing. McKinney to the east and Prosper to the north, and several other cities that used to be itty bitty dots on your map to the far north of Dallas that are now experiencing significant growth and are becoming, real destinations for lifestyle and for recreation. Frisco's not terribly far from Lake Louisville or Lake Grapevine. Frisco is at the far north end of the Metroplex, therefore not terribly far from Oklahoma, less than an hour from the border to Oklahoma. So lots of really, really amazing things going on in Frisco. Tremendous amounts of recreation. It's a well-run city, great schools. Just some really beautiful development and so many reasons that you'd want to live in the area. So if you have questions about Frisco, drop those down in the comments. If there's another city that you haven't done a video on yet, drop that in the comments, make a suggestion. Maybe we'll shoot another video for you, but definitely like this video. If you liked it, if it was valuable for you, give us a thumbs up, click like, make sure people know it was a good one, and then absolutely share this video. If you're moving for a company relocation, share this with other people that are moving. If you're just considering the area, share it publicly. If you found the series helpful to you, share that with people as well, and then subscribe to our channel, and that way you'll get all the videos we make in the future, and we'll make sure we keep making educational, valuable videos for you, and we'll respond to all your comments, and we'll take care of you the best way that we can. We'll talk to you on the next one.